Gotta get this muted. I think it is. Well, I couldn't sleep, so I got up a few minutes ago, got the coffee made. So I've got my coffee, and I'm going to work on this back here. I need to make about 8 more blocks, and then I can set them all together. So that's kind of my goal. I'm going to get them done today if I have to work a few minutes here and a few minutes there. And I may be the only one here this morning. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to see where I was at here. Did I get them all confused already? I think I've got all my parts and pieces made. Just putting the last few of them together. Good morning, Karen Evans. And I forgot where you're at, Karen. Where are you at to be up so early? And I've even Heidi hush. Because it's 3:11 Central Time here. And I said, Washington, you're up late. Yeah, I had forgotten you're up late. Still up? I went to bed. I've been in bed. I just got up a few minutes ago. And Cheryl, what are you doing up this time of the morning? Oh, you had to go potty. You had to get up, go potty. Well, I did that. Put on a clean dress and wash my face. Up, Randy's up. Look at you guys. I knew there'd be somebody up here. All of us up here when we ought to all be in there in the bed. Where we ought to be. But I've got to get this one done. It ain't even my quilt, and I want to get it done. Because I've got a half dozen more going. Cheryl says, hello, Carol Rochelle. Well, somebody else get dressed and come up here and talk to me in person. Do you have to get dressed? Are you dressed this morning yet? Shh, Heidi, hush. I opened the door and there's nothing out there, but if she keeps barking, I have to go shut it. Heidi, come here. There's nothing out there. I opened up the door and let the fresh air in. Now she's going to bark at everything that's not out there. You hush. We don't need that racket. You'll wake up Terry. We don't want to wake him up, do we? We want to let him sleep. I keep checking the basement. Nobody's in the basement. I know some of y'all caught that live stream yesterday from the quilt shop with the ladies that come by to sew. That was fun. I was there for 4 hours and it just flew by, seemed like. I was working on this last night. Terry was in the shower, and the shower's on the other side of this wall. And I was putting them blocks up there, and I was kind of patting them with my fingers, pecking them with my fingers. And when Terry got out, he said, "I knew what you was doing because he was hearing that pecking on the wall." How often are we going to meet and sew? Once a week, anyway. Because we've got that Bargello started, and the ladies making one left their pieces up there. Gladys and Margaret did. They left their stuff up there. Now I cut Deborah's yesterday, and she took hers home. And I think Betty's going to start one, but she hadn't got her fabric yet. So we're going to be meeting some more and sewing on it. And Pam was just live streaming and sewing with us. She was coming along pretty good too. There's one more of them. I cut my little tail off. Isn't that pretty? Now these last few won't fit on the wall up there. So here's 3 out of my 10 that I need. Good morning, Janet. Yeah, I haven't even heard the little rooster crow yet this morning. But I just woke up like Cheryl. I got up to go potty and just decided just to stay up and work on this a minute. Oh, and our Vandegrift saying good morning to Aunt Rita. Good morning. How are you today? Let's see, Cheryl. I stayed on with you all while I was sewing on my grandson's fishing quilt for about 3 hours at least. I enjoyed the sewing. It was fun, wasn't it? Let me see. These have got to be trimmed. I've got to trim the little things off of these 2, so I'm not going to do them. Let me get this set right here. Lay them out here. I do see one over there that's got that I messed up on. That's going to have to be ripped out. Be careful and lay them down the right way here. I'm good, still at work, about to go home in a few. So you work nights, is that right? I don't think here I'm up in the middle of the morning, but I don't think I could work nights anymore. So when you get off, you go home and wind down and get some rest. Yeah, you cackled right along with you hands. It was fun. It took those girls a little while to get used to the live stream being going, but I think they handled it pretty good. Okay. You go home and get some rest in a little bit. I think I've got a cricket in the house. Y'all hear that cricket? I think I hear a cricket. Well, looky there, Nightbot showed up. I don't never know when that thing's gonna come or not be here. Sometimes it does and sometimes it don't. And Randy, are you doing better now that you've been to the doctor? I will have a great day, R. Vandergriff. You have a great day too. Cheryl used to work nights as a CNA at a nursing home, 6 to 6, 12 hours. Hard to sleep during the day for me. But we can get a lot done at nights too. Go September the 6th for a test. That's not too many days away because August is almost over. September the 6th is my 44th wedding anniversary. And I think I've got a dentist appointment September the 9th. But I'll have to double check that. Just the cleaning. My teeth ain't very pretty, but I just soon keep them. I just ain't going to be able to think about very much to talk about. You have a haircut and a pedicure September the 6th. Getting all fancied up. It got quiet over there in chat. I think y'all fell back asleep. Come up. I'll come up, but it's dark. If you need, Randy, you need to get some sleep too. Y'all don't have to. If y'all don't have to be here, if you need some sleep, y'all go back to sleep. You can come up if you want to, but if you need to go to sleep, you go back to bed and get some sleep. Because sleep is important. Your wedding would have been anniversary would have been Christmas Eve, 49 years. See, Janet, you go back to bed. I understand. If nobody's here, it's 3:30 in the morning. Going driving. So you sleep well, Janet. There's another one to put in my little stack. Those 10 more I needed. I mean, that's 4. I need 6 more. Let's see what I got here. I'll sew that one next. I'm gonna sew these pieces. Yeah, be safe, Randy. Make myself a little room here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't know how much you can see. When I'm driving here, I'm in a parking lot. I'm getting ready to pull out. So at least we can talk anyway, and I don't have to type.
Yeah. So you've gone back to work now?
Yeah, I loaded one last night, but I got a little short run today. I'm only going 60 miles over into Kansas. Then I got to come back up, pick another one. Then I'm going back down to Hutchinson, Kansas. So I got a couple little short ones here today and tomorrow.
Okay.
And then this weekend I'll get a long one.
Okay. Is your leg healing up?
Not really. They changed. I guess I've been going to nurse practitioners, not doctors, for quite a few years. I had a stroke like 12 years ago, and I've been going to nurse practitioners, and they've been medicating me, and I was on like 3 different blood pressure pills and stuff. But I went to the doctor I was going to, or she quit. Didn't tell nobody or nothing, and just quit. And so I had to find another doctor. Well, Shannon was going to a different doctor already because she didn't like the one I was going to. So I went to her doctor, and come to find out, my upper intestines and lower intestines were arguing with each other. I ate Brussels sprouts 3 years ago, and I got all bounded up. And they put me on these pills. And I guess these pills and my blood pressure pills, they were over medicating me and making my legs swell. And what that is, that picture on Facebook, he said it's when my legs swell, your blood vessels break, and that's what that is. He said, but I am diabetic. I'm working on that, but I got to go in the 6th on a Friday, next Friday, and I'm going to get kidney specialist at 1:00, and then at 2:30 I got to go get a heart stress test, whatever that is.
Okay.
Yeah. But this doctor is he actually is doing something.
Okay.
The others, all they did was come in, take my money, and give me more pills.
More pills, yeah. And there's a lot of times I shouldn't be saying, but a lot of times just food and exercise and stuff like that will make people more healthy than a pill.
Yep, you're right. And I don't get much exercise, Rita. I'm way overweight. But I was in a truck wreck 3 years ago, and it messed my knee up for a while. And I think I got lazy.
Yeah.
And babied it. And it's hard for me to walk around my truck.
Yeah.
I'm out of air by the time I walk. They actually did give me some nitroglycerin pills or something like that. So because I get out of breath real easy and my
Yeah.
back hurts, so but they give me them, but I ain't gonna take them. I heard they make you get a headache. So,
Uh,
and everybody in chat, if you're saying anything, I can't see it. Sorry, right now in this dark right here, I don't have the chat on, so I'm sorry.
okay. If they say something, well, Cheryl says, be safe, Randy, and they're telling you good morning, but that's just if they ask anything, I'll read it to you.
Okay, because I'm trying to get out of town here, so
Oh, yeah. Looks like you're in some
that's
traffic.
it. Right here is the hog plant where I haul out of on the right side.
Okay.
And then down to the south of me is where Shannon works. That's about 2 blocks.
Okay.
And she's still at work. She don't get off till 6.
I was just fixing to ask you if she was over there. Yeah.
Yep, she's over there. I slept here in town. I didn't go back home last night. I slept here in town in the truck, and she's at work. She just called me, made sure I was awake.
There ain't too many in here this morning, Randy, but it is 3:30, so
Yeah, I was getting dressed, and my phone went off the alert, and I go, what was that? I was getting dressed, and I looked. I go, Rita's up already this morning. I know you get up early, but
well, but some mornings not sleeping, so I just get up. So
yeah, that's what I do. I get up a lot of times about this time to go pee too, and I don't go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad when you get old and you got to get up in the middle of the night and go pee.
Yes, yeah, I know. Terry complains about that a lot, and I bought him some different supplements to see if that wouldn't help him out, because poor old man, he's having all kinds of problems. but then he wants me to just find him something natural that'll work and not go to a doctor. But he was having to get up several times during the night to go pee. So
I got to do about 3 times a night. If I go to bed about 10, 11, I got to get up about 3 or so, and then it seems like 2 hours after that and 2 hours after that. So I finally get up because I got to go so many times.
Sure. Cheryl says my son-in-law is diabetic and he stays on top of it. My daughter cooks right for them. He stays on track with his doctor and his legs, his kidneys, and his eyes. And prayers for you, Randy's what Cheryl says.
Yeah, Cheryl, I'm bad about it. I didn't like doctors, and I don't, like Terry there. I don't like going to doctors because they just never do nothing for us, seem like, and take your money.
Yes.
And I've abused my body. I drink Mountain Dew. You all have seen my big old cup I drink out of. It's full of Mountain Dew every day. I'll throw in an energy drink once in a while, a honey bun. So I've done it to myself.
Yeah, so you know, you know what you ought to do, but doing it's another thing. So
yeah, it's hard, when you're as old as you are, to change your habits.
Mm-hmm.
Before I had my stroke, my blood pressure run 180 to 190, over 80 all the time, and I felt good.
Yeah.
And then I had my stroke, and then DOT makes us now, when we get our physical, our blood pressure's got to be down to 140 or less.
Oh.
Now,
Okay.
and so mine used to stay way up there, and I felt good, and I just feel drained. Like they said, you'll get used to it. Well, it's been several years now, and I'm not used to it yet.
But is it medication that's brought it down? So
yes.
That's what's making you feel so drained?
Yep, it was the medication that's done it, and that's what the new doctor was telling me Friday there, that they, over, like one of the I'm on Lipitor, or some of the you might know, Cheryl, you might know it. You're only supposed to take 40, I think, milligrams of it, and they was having me take 80. And he said that will make me tired too because they had me too much of it.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Susan Munger, and she's saying good morning to you, Randy, too. So,
Good morning, Susan. Sorry you guys can't see much right there.
well, it's nighttime. We can see those car lights and such. Sometimes when you meet a
Hope we don't see no deer.
oh yeah.
I used to like driving late anymore, but I hate driving anymore real early of a morning like this because the deer are out popping up. And I'm on a 2-lane road out here, so.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be daylight when I come back up. I might go live for an hour driving back up here this morning. And you can see it in the daylight what you see in the dark.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't been live in a few days. I've caught you anyway.
No, I haven't. I wasn't paying for StreamYard, and I was going to have Shannon help me, and I forgot to do it while I was home. I want to turn StreamYard back on, but I only want to pay for it by the month, not by the year. Last time I did it, I paid for the year, and I paid like $460.
Wow.
For it to come out of my bank account all at once.
We lost you there for just a second.
Oh, yeah. Phone it might be a bad idea to drive down here. You have bad phone service down through here.
Oh, well.
I forgot about that, so.
If you leave and come back, we'll understand.
All right.
I pay that $10 a month for that StreamYard when I pay, but it's still that unlimited thing. So.
Oh, I haven't seen one. The lowest one I seen was $25. But I don't know which button. There's a button that says you can pay monthly or yearly, and you can save 60%. And I don't know which way to push that little button.
Oh, I don't know.
I was afraid to do it by myself.
It's been probably a year ago that I signed up on that, and then I got that offer for $10 a month. So, and I use it. It's kind of advertising from that little store up there too, to have the StreamYard and the YouTube. So that's for me. That's pretty free advertising. So
yes, it is. And you can claim that. Then you got the store. You can claim that on your taxes too.
I think so, because most of my online customers come from YouTube. All of them. Cheryl says I'm 67, almost 68, and I'm healthy. Hardly ever go to the doctor. I'm not on any prescription meds. I did need to lose weight before hip replacement this past March, so I lost 87 pounds last year.
Wow. Congratulations. I wish I could lose that. I'm up to 300 pounds right now, and I'm supposed to be around 200, but the last 3 years I've just gained and gained.
Every once in a while I'll go on this weight loss thing, and then I'll go to eating again, and I'm afraid to get on the scales now because I know I've gained a bunch of pounds back. And in these videos and cameras I can see it sometimes because my arms are fat, my belly's big. Oh well.
Yeah, and you get exercise too. You was talking about getting exercise. You walk back and forth to the other house. You're out in the grounds of Terry a lot of times walking around, and so you get exercise.
Yeah, but I said a lot too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's what hurts a lot of us is sitting. I was watching a video. It's not a treadmill, but while you're sitting there, sometimes just putting blocks. You got this like little bicycle thing. You can make your legs move while you're sitting there.
Yeah.
And I thought about getting one of them when I'm sitting here in the truck watching YouTube at night. Get one of them and just exercise a little bit. That my legs.
Yeah, probably. Well, it wouldn't hurt you. We know that, but
Yeah.
like Susan says, happy customers is free advertising for me.
Yeah, and it gives you a lot of enjoyment. Looks like too when everybody shows up.
I do enjoy it. I do.
Some people have little businesses like that, and they want the customers, but the way it comes portrayed, I'm not very good with words. The way it comes across to me is the customers is second. It's the companionship when people come and buy stuff. Yes, you're getting a little bit of money, but you're getting some friends out of the deal too.
Yeah. And I don't want to lose money in business, but I don't want it to be so busy that that's all I think about either. So
yeah, you don't want a full-time job anymore.
I don't. But I don't mind when I get orders. I don't mind going and filling them and doing the best I can. I make mistakes.
The person that says they don't make mistakes is the person that ain't doing nothing.
That's true. That's right. Susan likes the colors in this quilt behind me. Those are pretty colors, Susan. It's from that the line called Dwell, come out a couple years ago. They're just pretty. The colors in it.
That one you did on Facebook when they're like little squares at an angle, I like that one. It starts, I think, a blue in the middle, and it's got yellow and red.
Yeah, that's the start. Just one section of a big quilt. I'm going to make a king size, and it's going to all those pieces when they're all put together is going to make a heart in the middle of the quilt. So that's just a little section of it, but that's the colors it's going to be. But that's what we're making together up there at the quilt shop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen that one yesterday there before I left the house. Oh, that one's pretty.
So I got even with all the ladies and all the talking, I still got a little bit done. So that's the reason I posted that picture. But
sometimes I'm not very good with mixing colors, but sometimes you put a different color with a different one, it gives it a different look, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, it does. And good morning to Sister Doobie. Sister Doobie. And she's in Canada. I remember that. She's up early too. And Cheryl says, I love the quilting friends on here with Rita. My heart goes flip-flop when you come on. And Cheryl, it's not just quilting friends. It's just friends. I think we just enjoy each other's company, whatever we're doing.
Yeah, sometimes, it's about quilting for the most part, but sometimes other conversations go on.
Yeah. And we're keeping Randy company this morning, Cheryl, while he's driving down the road.
I'm going to a sausage factory.
Sausage?
Maybe they'll have some homemade sausage. I can get a sandwich.
Yeah. I like sausage.
I could have come down here last night, but I didn't know if there was a place to park. Mm-hmm. I run into that a lot. I got some place that I know I can park on their place and just, get up at 5:30, but I didn't know if they had a place to park down here. I've never been here.
Okay.
Well, that's why I didn't come down last night. I picked this trailer up about 6 o'clock last night, but I should have called him and asked him, but I forgot about doing that too.
And Cheryl says they like to gather eggs and milk the cow and wade the creek with me. We need some rain. I'll go back to that little creek when it rains again because it quits running when it gets real dry. And then the water's all nasty then. So
Be nice if it had a natural spring running into it. Keeps some clear cold water going in it.
Yeah, but it don't. The little pools don't completely dry up, but they just get low and green looking.
Your grandson sure enjoys that creek.
Yes, they do. The youngest one, even took the rod and reel and was catching them little bitty fish out there. It was fun for them.
Shannon ordered a long time ago. We didn't get them. If they ever come, my doubts are going to come now. It's been a while. They're little bitty fishing rods. They're not much bigger than a pencil.
Oh.
If they ever come or if I can find them again, I'll send him one. And you have a little bitty one out there catching them little fish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about the size of a pencil. Not much bigger than a pencil.
Huh.
It was like $5 a piece, and she ordered 4 of them, but they never did come in.
Huh. I may have to look that up myself. That'd be something to give him for Christmas, though.
Yeah, it's they extend out just a little bit, but they collapse. It's a collapsing fishing rod, but it's a mini one, and they're metal.
Okay, I'm going to look them up later. Susan says she loves hand-cut kielbasa and wish we could send rain your way. We got a 60% chance of rain this weekend, Susan, so maybe we'll get some. And there was a pop-up yesterday, and it got so close, but it didn't rain here, but it's raining just over on the mountain. So
we got 1.5 inches of rain, not last night, but the night before at home here.
And it's raining where Sister Doobie is, been for 2 days, and it's cold. And Cheryl says, that sounds cool, Randy, on them little fishing rods. Yeah, you had a pretty good little storm up there here a couple weeks ago, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I was working on that this weekend while I was home, cleaning up some of them trees.
But don't you hate that? Losing trees around the place is always sad.
Yep. Yeah, one of them, the one big picture, the biggest tree that went down, that's in one of Shannon's goat pens, and it was shade for the goats.
Yeah.
And now, I like the limbs coming down with the leaves. I don't know if you guys have ever been around goats. Goats don't eat just anything, but they love leaves. They will climb up on trees and eat the leaves, but when the limbs go down, I'll throw them over in the pen with them, and they look like piranhas, big old white piranhas. They just go nuts over leaves.
Yeah, well, we've had goats in the past, and they love leaves, and limbs off of pine trees, anything. So.
Yep.
And Jazzy Joyce, good morning, Miss Rita, and everyone in chat. Bless you all. Good morning to Jazzy Joyce. Here a few years ago, I had this big old oak tree out in my front yard, and some kind of little storm come through in the middle of the night and blew that thing over. And we had planted that tree when we moved here and years ago, and that just about broke my heart when that tree went down. So.
Yeah, I love trees. That's why I can't live out in the desert area. I like grass and trees. I gotta have it green.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I fell off the dash.
Okay.
I didn't fall on the floor.
I can still hear. I can hear you. Can't see nothing.
what the phone did.
I saw that. It almost looked like fireworks, didn't it?
I don't know if I can get this thing back on in the daylight or dark or not.
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes I worry about you driving with in your phone in the chat, but you know when you're safe and when you're not. So being
Well,
careful.
most of the time, it's up on the phone holder, and I don't have to touch nothing. And I can't find the right holder in this truck. In the other truck, it worked really good, but this truck, it's really hard to get one that sticks right to the dash, one that you can see what's going on, and everything. Because this truck has got a big visor on it, so it covers half of the windshield, so you don't have as much windshield, and so it's very hard to do that.
And Susan's asking, where are you driving to, Randy? What state?
I was in Missouri when we started this morning. I'm coming into Kansas right now. I'm down here at what's the name of this town? I'm going to Holton, Kansas to unload, and then go back up to St. Joe and get another load, go down to Hutchinson, Kansas today. But we're getting ready to go across the Missouri River right here. My sister works right here on the left. She had a operation, so she's not a worker, I'd call her. She had a hysterectomy, I think they call it, or whatever, I don't know.
Oh.
But she is off work, but she works here at she does payroll at this factory after we go across the bridge. And they make the motors for like Caterpillar, the block, the castings. They don't put the motors together, but they make the casting.
Well, now what I thought looked like fireworks is the lights on your dash, those little gauges. Look at all those little gauges.
Yeah, that's the gauges there. I'm holding the phone so I get it here in town in street light so I can see to put it back up on the holder. But there's the town over here. Here's the river. I was hoping the street light would turn red and I'd have a chance to stop for a second. There's a car coming up.
Well, it's fine. Don't you do nothing while you're driving if you don't need to be. It's fine. So those gauges on that dash is kind of interesting looking too, because I don't know what it looks like in a big truck. So.
Oh, well, I'll take some still pictures when it gets daylight and put it on Facebook so you can see.
Okay. Well, there looks like a lot of them.
Yeah, there's 9 on one side. Let's see, 8 on another side of the dash.
Your GPS woman talks to you all the time on there. You know, when Carlotta from north of Hot Springs come up here a week or so ago, that thing sent her every place but to my little shop up here. Turning off on dirt roads, and I finally had to go meet her over on the highway and bring her in. So.
If somebody comes to our house, ours makes it where you got to go like 4 miles out of the way. There's a road going right straight, a gravel road, but they want you to go all the way around to come in on the other side of the gravel.
This kept turning her off on roads, and then there's places out here that you lose signal because I'm out here in the boonies too. Then she'd be on the phone to me and drop the call, but she finally made it. And then I told her how to go to get back to the interstate and back home. So.
Red light. There ain't nobody in town moving around, but I did catch a red light.
That's the way it goes. Looks like a lot of stoplights up through there. Is that what I'm seeing? They're green up there?
Yep. This is Atchison, Kansas. I couldn't think of the town a while ago.
Atchison, okay.
I come through here when I first started driving a truck, right here. There's a great big grain elevators over here on the right side of me, and it was cold. It was in wintertime, and my truck had froze up. The fuel had froze up, and I was called in, and they was sending somebody out to me. I mean, it was really, really cold, and I heard an explosion, and oh wow! And the grain elevator had blown up. And it was about this time of the morning too.
Oh my!
It shook the whole ground around here, but yeah, one of the grain elevators blew up over here. That was scary, sitting here in the dark, waiting on somebody, and the earth's shaking.
Yeah, imagine.
I lived in California when I was in the service, and I've been out there in earthquakes, and that's what it felt like. And I go, man, we don't have earthquakes here.
Good morning to Jan, USA, Florida. Good morning. I'm a sewing and Randy's a driving this morning.
Hi, Jan. Okay. Jan, what part of Florida are you in? My wife's from down around Vero Beach area.
Jan's told me before, but I lose where everybody's at. And good morning, Rowena. Let's see. Jan said, I woke up early to send 2 emails to cancel pending orders to Fat Quarter Shop. And then she says, hi, Randy. And she's near Ocala, Florida.
Ocala? Okay. That's right. Now she said it, I remember too, yeah.
Yeah.
My father-in-law lives there at like Gainesville. Or Reddick, Florida. He lives in that area. Right there, not too far from you. There's actually, in her area, I seen it myself, they have bears.
Bears?
There was a black bear on the I-75 right there by where Ocala's at there. And I seen it on the side of the road, a black bear. It wasn't very big, but I didn't know they had bears in Florida, but I seen one once.
Huh. And good morning, Pat Boo. And then, let's see. Jane says Ready, Florida. Ready, Florida.
Right.
And Cheryl's dozing off for a few before my grandson gets here about 6. See you later, Cheryl. You go take you a nap. At 4 o'clock
Yeah,
in the
don't
morning.
let us keep you up.
No, don't let us keep you up. I'll be napping this afternoon, I'm sure. Or go to bed early tonight. But anyway, she
I
says
was
have
sitting there waiting. I thought you might be on last night. I kept looking, and then you never did go live last night. I was sitting there after I got my trailer hooked up.
sometimes that recliner just feels too good, and I don't like to go live from the recliner for some reason. So the light's not good there, and I just don't very often. A pig hunting season every year. Then Terry did that patch of hay yesterday. He finished baling it, but he said out in the middle of one of them. Oh, it was a 40-acre field, but out in the middle of that field, it was so rough where the hogs had been working that he had to drive around it. So, in one of our fields
People
here,
don't realize wild hogs can tear up some property.
they sure can, and and they're dangerous.
Yeah, they are.
I don't even want to go out walking anymore out where they could be. So,
And they're fast. We was down in Florida when me and Shannon first got together, down there closer to Miami, and there's like a little herd of pigs running around, and one of them run out on the highway and run in front of me, and I was chasing him just to see how fast he could run. They could run 35 miles an hour.
yeah. But you get an old mama sow with them pigs, and she's dangerous, though.
Yep. I watch this guy's name's Nick, and his wife's name's Jamie. They live in Texas, and he's out hunting them all the time because they're tearing up these fields.
You need somebody to come and hunt these, I think. And I think some other places, maybe around close, they do hunt. And they probably drove them over on our fields. Is probably what they've done.
Yeah, Terry ought to, Lindy's on his Facebook, ask if there's anybody in the area that wants and let them come in there and hunt them.
Yeah. And Jan says there's also lots of bobcats, and they're huge, and they go after people's pets.
Oh.
Jan says people are always hitting them on the highway as they eat in the ditches.
I haven't seen a bobcat down there yet.
What was it? I didn't watch the whole news story, but they were out in the swamps and catching them pythons the other day, wasn't they? So that must be taking over down there.
Yeah, people don't realize the wildlife that's down there in Florida. But Florida's growing. Everywhere you go, like there at Wildwood, if you go from Wildwood over to Orlando now, that used to be nothing but farmland and wetlands, and they filled it in and built housing communities all along there now. And the animals don't have a place to go.
Mm-hmm. And Jan says that's the pigs along the side of the road. Okay. Not the bobcats. And Pat's
I've seen them.
Yeah. And Pat's asking about my Bargello. Well, it started, Pat Boo. And it's going to be pretty, and it may get done someday. Jan says, I know a truck towing guy, and he is really busy. Towing the people that hit the pigs on the road. Is that what she means?
When I sort of started driving to Florida 40 years ago, there wasn't that much traffic or down there now, man. really busy down there.
I never been to Florida, but I've never been no place. I'm a homebody. They hit the deer and the pigs. There are raccoons, possums, and armadillos. The feral pigs are huge. That's what Jan has wrote. Seven, that's seven. Sevens. I need 3 more.
Uh-oh. Somebody blew a tire.
Uh-oh.
And he didn't get off the road all the way. Man, that's dangerous.
That's a 2-lane road, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Somebody come around there and somebody coming the other way. Dangerous, right on the curve.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rowena has a question, Randy. She says, when are you going to sew with me?
I thought I was, but I'll look when I get up here and see. I got a new phone here a while back, and for some reason I haven't got all the settings set right, and I don't get notified.
But did you ever get the sewing machine needles?
Yes, I got the needles, but I was so busy when I was home I didn't even mess with it. Shannon did get the needles in. We haven't put it in the machine yet, but she did get them.
Okay. So it's still, the planning's still in the works, Rowena.
Yep. Yeah, I'm supposed to be home the 6th, going to all of my doctor's appointments. I'll probably be off that weekend, so maybe I can do it around the 7th or 8th.
Okay. We'll still be sewing. We'll still all be here. Rowena?
I gotta wait till Shannon wakes up because I don't want because she sleeps from like 11 o'clock to 7 during the day, and I hate to make any noise till and then when she gets up, I try to visit with her a little bit. You know, she gets up at 7, we eat dinner, or I go get her something, and she takes her shower at 8 o'clock. At 8:45, she leaves. So I'll have to do it after 8:45 if it's a work day. Now she's off on the Fridays and Saturdays. She's off, so. But I try to be really quiet so I don't wake her up.
Oh, I understand that.
Because she doesn't sleep that much anyway. It's like yesterday, she woke up. She went to bed at about 10:30, 11, and about 12, she come out of the room, and I go, "What are you doing?" "I forgot to let the goats out." She pins them up to feed them, and she's giving one a shot right now. And she actually thought about that while she was asleep. And woke up and went out. Instead of just hollering at me to go out and open the gate and let the goats back out, she woke up and run out and opened them up.
But it's hard to sleep when you're thinking of things you need to be doing or hadn't done.
That's what keeps her going, is her animals. She's somewhat a quiet person and don't get along with people really good. But animals, if she had her way, we'd have like a zoo around our place. She loves animals.
Pat Boo asked, "Did I get my Bargello all cut out? I wouldn't mind seeing sewing it together for you or seeing it together for you. You do the quilting." It's a let's see, all the 3-inch pieces are cut out, and I'm sewing them together, and then they've got to be cut again. So I've still got a lot more steps to do, Pat Boo. I got to get this one here done.
Rita, have you ever kept track or figured out how many quilts you made?
No, now I made several of them 20, 30 years ago. I started making quilts, and then the kids got busy with all their stuff and homeschooling and the chicken farm, and I quit making them for a long time. And I just started back a few years ago. So there was a lot of years there I didn't quilt anymore. So,
Because since I've known you,
well, I've made
you've
a
done
few.
a lot. You've
Yeah.
done a lot.
Yeah, dear. Well, I started back during that COVID, and everybody was just home sewing, I guess. And I just, but like I said, when the son Justin was little, well, he kind of got started in school, and then I quit sewing. Just hard to sew with babies around sometimes.
Yeah, trying to pay attention what they're doing and make sure you're going straight, putting it together. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a distraction.
Mm-hmm. But back in those days, I was making those Lone Star tops, and I had people left and right buying them tops from me.
Oh.
I don't know how many I made. Not the whole. I wouldn't make the whole quilt. I just sewed the top for them, and they'd buy it from me.
After my dad died, that's all my mom did. She'd stay in her room. She lived with my brother for a while, and she'd stay in her room and just make tops for everybody. And then every once in a while, she would hand bind them or whatever it's called, putting the back on and everything. She would
Yeah,
hand. So my aunt's got a long arm like you, but she'd do some that way, take them up to her, but she'd do a lot of them by hand.
yeah, yeah. The little church near me where my mama went to church at, they were hand quilted back in them days. But about all them poor old ladies are gone now. They quilted. My mama's about the only one that left. But those ladies would meet once a week, and they'd quilt and quilt and quilt.
And a lot of them quilts are still around.
Yeah, they are. I've got some they quilted on. Well,
Boom, slow down, big truck, there's a stop sign.
oh, you thought Pat Boo. So if I cut all them pieces, you'd sew them together. Might do that. Jan, my mom quilted when she retired, so you decided to do the same. And also, Jan says, also needed a quilt for my bed and ended up making several for sisters and her kids. And you want a couple of those 30s playtime charms from you, though. You will, I'll save them for you, Pat Boo. I've got to clean up my mess. It looks like I've got all these little pieces here in the floor. if I get finished with this quilt, I need to clean up this space a little bit. Looks like a mouse has been over here making a mess. Oh, Jan, all the great fabrics you can't resist. I know. I'm all the time planning a quilt out of some of those new fabrics.
The new fabrics are nice, but myself, I like the ones where people make them out of scrap material.
Yeah. But some of those new collections, they almost look like a scrappy quilt because all the fabrics are different.
Yeah.
Just like this one behind me looks scrappy, but it was from the collection that all blended together. Let's see. Jan says my mom only had poly cotton fabrics. I had an aunt that would make quilts out of polyester fabrics. Well, anyway, any scrappy fabric, she'd sew it together. Let's see. You think it over, and if you want, I'll be happy to sew it up for you, but you have to quilt it. I don't have a long arm. We might think about that, Pat Boo. I've got a quilt coming to quilt to somebody from Oregon. She's sending it from Oregon to Arkansas for me to quilt it for her. But boy, it makes me nervous when they're in the mail, though. Afraid something happened to them, get lost.
Yeah, all the hard work that you guys do on them, and the mail system you can't trust anymore.
So I'm relieved when they get here and get back home. So. Well, I've done been on here over an hour. Don't time just fly sometimes when we're on here?
Yes, it does.
15's in here right now. They may have just turned us on and went back to sleep, but
some of the regulars get up after a while and think, "Hey, I missed Rita. How come I?" Because they was smart. They were in bed.
Yeah. You're working. I don't know why I was up, but. Get this one sewed. I'm going to count my blocks and see if I got them yet. Let's see. Jan says my baby lock has automatic thread cutter, and I would not give that up. You love it. I don't. My machine's old. It don't have the automatic stuff. I'd probably forget to use it.
Your sewing machine doesn't wake Terry up?
No, he's hard of hearing, remember?
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't want to make too much noise, but it don't wake him up. And there's a fan on in the bedroom, so there's other noises in there.
I sleep with a fan year round. And the air blowing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jan said no scissors. All you have to do is press the cut button. That'd be handy, I suppose, but don't think I'm going to buy another machine for a while, so I'll just have to cut mine. And Pat Boo, I have a fan on most all the time. Oh, and there's Linda Brookshire. Good morning, Linda Brookshire. Going out the door for work. Nice to see me so early.
Morning, Linda.
And Linda's up in Topeka, Kansas.
I'm just north of you, Linda. I'm going to drop off here at Holton, Kansas this morning. It's straight north of you.
I'm pretty sure it's Topeka. Don't hold me to that, but Linda's one of my really, really good returning customers all the time. Mary Wilson.
Whoa. Oh.
What happened?
Two deer.
Deer? Did you hit them?
Road. I had to go over in the other lane. Yeah. No, I went over in the other lane. It did not move out of the road.
All right. I wasn't looking up right at that time, so I missed.
Yeah, there was two of them were little ones, but didn't even move out of the road.
Wow. Linda says she knows
I'm not
where
going fast anyway.
Oh, huh. You scare me when you holler like that, though.
I thought I was going to get that one because it didn't move. Usually they'll move when they hear a vehicle, but I had to go around it.
I'm gonna go back after a while and replay that. I kind of want to. Did y'all see Randy miss those deer? I missed it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's us 8. That's not 10. Shucks, I wanted 10. Oh, Jan said she thought you hit a bump in the road. And then Pat Boo says those deer just freeze. It's scary. A lot of people run into them on our roads. They sure do damage to a car. Yeah, it was in November.
Yeah, they do.
Because it was my birthday, and I went to pick up the little grandsons and bring over here for my birthday, and I hit a deer with the truck. Big old buck, but it was November, so it was deer season, so they were kind of stirring around because they'd been kind of scared around, and I did hit a big old buck. It jumped up and run off, but it did a lot of damage to the truck. Let's see, if I trim these 2 up, that'll make my 2 more, make my 10. I hear the rooster crowing. I was wondering if he's going to get up. You still there, Randy?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, now you're
I was.
moving.
It was just a little bit dark right through this area, darker than these little draw. After them deers out there, I trying to pay attention a little bit more.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hadn't seen nothing moving around, and then it was standing there.
Yeah. Well, when we first come on, you said you're gonna have to watch it for them deer. So.
Usually, though, they move, but that one didn't. There was two of them there. They weren't very big, but it didn't even scare. Like I hit the brakes, and my brakes make noise, and the truck makes noise, but it just stood there. Wish it was daylight so people could see it easier.
It'll be. Time is it? 4:30. It'll be another hour before it's daylight, though, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I got 9 miles to go where I'm going. I'm almost here. Oh, there's an owl.
Well, I
He
missed
got
that.
something on the road. He got something on the road. He flew down at the road, grabbed something, and went to the shoulder. Must have been a mouse or something.
Huh.
I couldn't see what he got, but he grabbed something and took off with it off the road.
You see just all kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to ask you, have you ever seen a Bigfoot?
What you were echoing? I was losing you.
Oh, I'm going to ask you, have you ever seen a Bigfoot?
Not yet. I've been looking for him.
Because I believe they're out there. That's my opinion. So.
Well, there's people out there got TV channels looking for him.
Yeah, but they won't never see him, though. Not them TV channels. I don't think. He'd hear them coming a mile away and they'd be gone.
I imagine there is something like that out there. You know, somebody. I mean, there's strange things all over the world. It's hidden, remote areas.
But there's too many credible people that do see them, though, I think.
Yep.
Jan said they call them Sasquatch too. Yes. And Rowena, yeah. I guess I'm getting old. I hate driving in the dark. Me too, Rowena.
I do too, because it's dangerous. Like the animals, the cars. I mean, I haven't seen that many cars this morning this early, and I'm on the back country roads here.
And I guess it's my eyes because all the lights and reflectors and stuff just look crazy to me through my eyes.
This ain't bad because I'm not hitting no traffic, but if I was hitting traffic, it does bother my eyes too. Because a lot of people don't know to dim their lights too. They'll have their lights on bright.
Pat Boo hates driving in the dark. All right. I'm going to sew 2 more. I'm going to go warm up my coffee cup. And Pat Boo's asking what you haul, Randy.
I got a load of pork on today. I haul a lot of pork out of Guyman, Oklahoma and St. Joseph, Missouri. But I do go up to Fort Dodge, Dodge City, and load beef there once in a while, but mostly pork.
So you
a little bit of chickens once in a while, but not very often.
So before though, you wasn't driving a refrigerated truck before though, were you?
No. When we first met, all I was doing delivering trailers.
Okay.
I delivered all different types of trailers in.
I'm going to sew again. I'll sew these 2 and then count. And then maybe I'll have 10.
I like to do more of these loads right here. You guys wouldn't believe what this one's paying. It's 60 miles run this morning here, and it's paying me $1,100.
Goodness.
I like to have a lot. I'd like to have a lot of these.
And it's going to take you, what, an hour and a half? Because you pulled out when we started talking this morning.
Yep.
And we've been on an hour and 24 minutes, and you said you was almost there. So.
Yeah, I'm 4 miles away. Now I got to drive back empty, so I'll have 120 miles total. But still, that's really good money.
Yeah, it is.
When you offer to me, usually I don't do the short ones because it takes all day. Sometimes, time they unload it and you load it. And I couldn't turn it down though when it told me $1,100.
I wouldn't either. Rowena said, I had 3 brothers that were truck drivers for years. They have been everywhere.
I've seen all 50 states, not in a truck, but I have been in all 50. I've been doing it for 39 years. 3.2 miles. We should be seeing it.
So do they bring the hogs in there and process them and do everything there where you're going, or just make the sausage?
No, I don't know what this place does. I think they just make sausage. The place where I
Okay.
pick up, they haul the hogs in and process the hogs. And then we
Okay.
take it out to the small places where they process it, down more.
Mm-hmm.
We haul a lot of it down to like the Brownsville, Texas area and down there. And it goes overseas, goes different places.
Pat
They
Boo
ship
says, yeah, thinks truckers are underappreciated because it's a hard job.
You miss a lot of family life and different things too.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Jen's got a leg lifter on her machine too. So it cuts the threads and lifts it with your knee. Jan says, when I want to lift the presser foot, I push the leg lifter so to the right and it saves on my right hand. I'd have a hard time getting used to all the bells and whistles on a new machine. Because she has a lot of arthritis in her right hand.
Well, at least with the newer machine, she can still do it.
Yep, that's true. She tries to avoid pain. I don't blame you. Let's see. Pat Boo says, I have the knee lifter too, but I don't use it. I love the thread cutter.
Pam, I got an old wise tale to tell you to try to help your arthritis when you're doing it. My grandmother used to carry a can of WD-40 by her side. Here, it's all lit up here. I see where I'm going. And she'd spray that WD-40 on her hands or on her elbows, and she swore about it. I don't know if it would help you or not.
I've heard that. I ain't never tried it, but I've heard that.
Yeah, I walked in one day and she had that can sitting there. What are you doing, WD-40, Grandma? It's for my hands. All right, I'm gonna be quiet a minute here. I gotta see where I'm going here.
Okay. And aspirin helps, but it takes a while.
Arriving at 619 East 4th Street on the left.
We're going to be quiet a minute and let Randy concentrate so he don't miss his turn.
This is Johnsonville sausage. I know what it is. Johnsonville brats and stuff then. Oh, there's the gate, looks like. I think.
Looks like a pretty big open area there for you to park
Yeah.
on it. So,
Yes, they share a driveway with the cement place.
huh?
But I'm gonna walk inside, see if somebody's here. But I'll just leave it on here. I'll
Okay.
be back.
Okay. I think I'm working on my last 2 blocks here. Jan has Johnsonville sausage in your freezer. That sounds good. Said hard work. I can do hand work though. You can do hand work, but not hard work, Pat Boo. Oh, good morning, Deborah. Randy's going in to see where he's supposed to be with his load. So, but there, see if you can watch. You can see him walking across the parking lot. But I had 10 blocks I needed to make, and I think I'm working on my last 2 here, and I'll have enough to finish the quilt behind me. And how is Deborah this morning? You're still up pretty early because it's 4:44 Central Time here. Yeah, and we was riding with Randy this morning. He almost hit 2 deer, and he saw an owl. But he got to the Johnsonville sausage plant. And Pat Boo, yes, no physically hard work anymore, bad back, but I can sit and sew up a storm. $5:45. So you're an hour earlier, not hour later. Maybe that's what I say, hour later than I am. I'm in Central Time. Jan's back is okay, but she got arthritis in her hands. You reckon, is Randy's truck still running? Is that little noise that we hear? Not loud. One more. One more. Same on this one. Then I'm going to count again. Her rooster. Pat Boo says it's only 2:46 a.m. here. I slept most of the afternoon yesterday through till 2 a.m. this morning. Unusual for, you sleep when you sleepy and stay up when you're awake. Isn't that the way it needs to be? Jan says it's 73 degrees here and supposed to rain this afternoon. Well, we've got a hot day with heat advisories here today. Couple more days of the heat, and then maybe it's going to get a little better. Cindy S. Good morning, everyone. You're up early. Reed, I see Randy's with you. Randy has got out of his truck right now to go see about his load because he's got to where he was going. We rode with him for an hour and a half, and then he walked across the parking lot there to go see where he was supposed to be. Yeah, and the rooster is crowing. Sleep when you sleep, yeah. Jan says hard to garden. The snails and grasshoppers are terrible. They eat everything green. We've got a pretty pea patch out there, and I shouldn't say, but I hope the deer don't find it about the time the peas get ready. All right, I'm going to count these and see if I made my 10 this morning. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, let's see, that's 10. 5, 10, 15. So I finally have 30 blocks made. I need to press them all and place them all and put them together. Oh, I know. I messed up on one. I've got a piece wrong in this one right here. That one's wrong. So I'm going to rip it out and fix it. And then I'll have them all. I want to go here. Now turn it around, and then I'll have my 30 blocks. And I'll put them together, and I'm going to put a border around it too, Pat Boo. So it's going to be a queen size. My sister started it last year, and then she didn't have time to work on it anymore, so I'm finishing it for her. It is a big quilt, and yes, I'll show you the finished top when I get it. If I get a chance after a while, I'm going to start putting them together. But I haven't been finishing this last pressing, so I've got to press them all out and place the colors where I want them. Hope I don't find some more over there that I put in the wrong spot. Part of it loose. And good morning, Sherry. It is early, but I got up a little while ago and decided I wanted to finish these blocks for this top. And I did too. Other than this one I'm having to repair. And Randy happened to come on while he was driving with his load, with his trailer. Good morning, Annette. 62. Oh, some of y'all got good weather. It's hot here already this morning, I think. Going to be a heat advisory day. Now, I got it off. I'm going to turn it around. Let's see where I want to put it. Don't want to sew it back in there wrong again, do I? There. Let's see. And it says, been so hot here, I crochet early, still early, still waking up and coffee. I got my coffee. This is my second cup. I don't think I had to reheat the first cup because I set it over to the side and I wasn't drinking it. Now, there's all them blocks. They're all done. I'm going to take them all down here in a minute. Did I order the Stripology ruler yet? I haven't used it very much. It's sometimes when I could use it, it's up at the other house.
Well, I'm back, and they don't come in till 6.
And it's 5, ain't it?
Yep.
You need to take a nap. That's what you need to do then, don't it? Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, at least I'm not late.
Yep, you're not late. But you could have slept another hour before you pulled out of Missouri.
Well, I thought about it, but I was afraid if something happened. I don't like being late.
Yeah.
So I always give myself time.
Yeah. If you'd have hit one of them deer or something, that'd have slowed you down. So.
Yep. This used to be a ConAgra plant, and they did beef. And about 10 years ago, Johnsonville bought it and switched it over to pork.
Mm. Now, is Johnsonville, is that one of them that's China owned or not? I'm just curious.
I don't think so.
Okay. Because, Mexico bought the son that grows the chickens out here does for OK, and Mexico bought OK. So,
Yeah.
a company out of Mexico, so.
I know they bought that one over there in Oklahoma. It's they make hot dogs, but it's OK Foods right there. They bought it. They make nothing but hot dogs, different types of hot dogs.
Okay.
I don't think that's right. I'm sorry. It ought to be American owned and run. We shouldn't have other countries running our plants.
I agree with you. That's kind of why I was just asking what Johnsonville was. Yeah, I agree with you. The Smithville is Chinese. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. But so much of the food, that apple juice the other day that had the arsenic in it, I bet you it come from China because a lot of apple juice does. Did you see that, Randy, where they had arsenic in the apple juice?
No, I never seen that one.
They were talking about it on here 2 or 3 days ago. Hadn't been many days. And I don't buy apple juice for myself, but sometimes I do for the little grandkids. Cindy says, Randy, where are you? That there must be several Johnsonville plants.
I'm in Holton, Kansas. I'm straight north of Topeka.
Jan says Johnsonville sausages sell as fast as the store puts them out here. That's a popular item, isn't it?
Yeah, they make them brats. Sometimes some of the truck stops have like a steamer with them, and I like them.
Okay. And Cindy, do you ever deliver to Johnsonville in Wisconsin?
Yes, I have.
And you may be able to read chat now. I don't have to read it.
Yeah,
to you now.
I just switched it over. I thought of that. I'm sitting still now.
Oh yeah, you're not driving. I don't want you to read it when you're driving down the road. Makes me nervous for you. So, and Joanna, good morning, Miss Rita, and y'all. She's been lurking. Don't buy it. Aldi's is selling Smithfield and Tyson chicken now. I won't shop there for meat. So we're talking about meat and we're talking about quilting rulers.
I was wondering what she's talking about. Flying geese ruler?
Yes.
I noticed somebody, I don't think you've seen it the other day. There's a couple lives ago, somebody goes, Rita, you know they're not making yardsticks anymore any longer? Or making yardsticks any longer?
Yeah. Flying geese is if you take a piece of fabric and you'd sew a piece on this side and a piece on this other side. That'd make a flying geese.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jan, we have Amish community by us, and that's where we buy all of our meat. Shannon just went up and bought $300 worth of beef the other day. We usually have a cow or hog butchered up there, but we didn't raise one this year, and she just went up and bought it. That's where we buy all our meat from.
Well, it's been a few months ago. We had one that was here on the farm, but the calf was born with a club foot, so you couldn't take it to the sale because it wouldn't have bought nothing. So we brought anything, so we fattened it up, and that old calf, couldn't walk very good. So that meat is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it worked out okay for us because we needed the meat too and couldn't sell it and it bring anything. So.
But he was really good in the freezer.
It was good in the freezer, yeah. Terry called him old club because of his club foot. Jan has family that are farmers in Minnesota and buy from them too.
Time to get up, Rita. I hear the rooster.
I hear that porch rooster. I tell you, that rooster's a mess. Metal carpenter square. 2 yardsticks and a gazillion rulers. You have to have a ruler for everything quilting anymore. They keep coming up with new gadgets.
You know something that might help you guys too is sheetrock square. It's a T. It's about 4 foot long, but it's like a T. But that way,
Yeah.
when you get the big quilts out, you could really measure and move things.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that would be some. And a Dritz metal yardstick. Oh, Joanna bought yardsticks and a Dritz metal yardstick.
Joanna, how come you haven't come up on panel yet today? I did because nobody was up this morning early.
Nobody was up.
So I thought I'd help Rita a little bit, and she helped me keep me awake coming across here.
And I got my 10 blocks all made. Next time you see this quilt, I'll be putting it together. Then my sister's gonna owe me, so you have to do me a favor. I don't mean money, but you have to do a favor for me. So Pat Boo says good morning to Joanna. Oh,
Oh, Annette's got that.
got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I just thought of that because I do construction work once in a while, and that would work really good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it ever, Joanna? Mhm.
Mine don't.
She's always picking on me. I got to get one in on her.
Let's see. I don't necessarily need a bigger ruler. I need a bigger table. Hey, that's right, Cindy. There's never a table big enough to square some of that stuff up. And we're getting too old to get down the floor to do it because then we can't get back up. And I don't know how old Cindy is, but I'm telling you, get in the floor anymore, you can't get up.
Yeah, it'd take a pretty good sized table to spread some of them out.
And let's see. She has a bowl compass for drafting big circles. I don't like sewing circles. I'd rather sew straight.
Sorry to bother you, man. Do you know how to get over there to the livestock chute?
There,
Like
no,
right through there?
no, I ain't sure, but I think there's a gate on the other side.
It's not an entrance.
Oh, go up there to that gate up there. There's a couple guys they right in by that door. Maintenance guys, they might be able to tell you. Uh-huh.
Somebody as lost as you are.
Yeah, he's looking for he's hauling livestock in. They actually kill here too,
All right.
and he's trying to get the other side of the plant.
Okay. So does he have a load of hogs? Is that what he's
Yep.
got? Okay.
Yep, he's got a load of hogs on.
And good morning, Laura Austin. Let's see. Good for my missing ovals in the improved 9 patch. I have a queen size bed I lay working quilts on to put together. I do that sometimes too, lay them the blocks out on the bed. Good morning, Moon Boots. One hour and 57 minutes. Think I need to sign off? Probably.
Probably got to get Terry's breakfast fixed.
Yeah. But it's still dark here, though.
Yeah, I don't even see the sun popping up. I'm facing the east, and it's not lightening up any yet.
It's not here. When I got up, I opened the door over there, and I can see outside, and it's dark. I'm just gonna let some fresh air in. The cat likes to help. Let's see. I'm starting a block of the month in October that will involve sewing curves. Of course, I had to purchase a special ruler. Of course you did, Cindy. And a little Tula pink travel yarn, and it works great. It gets really hot. I bought one of those Olysses to sell in the shop, Jan, and it hadn't sold, so it may be mine later on.
Mhm.
But a $200 iron, I just can't justify that yet. But because this one here come from the dollar store, so I think it was $15. So.
Do you guys ever use steam
I
to try
do.
to straighten it
Yeah.
out?
I do. There's steam irons, and if it's got water in it, and I'll steam it, and if it don't, it won't get steamed until I put water back in it. Let's see, Joanna. 1.5 years ago, I picked up a new portable quilt wall for $5 at a living estate sale. I haven't tried it yet. Well, what do you put your quilts out on, Joanna? If you've had that for 1.5 years, I just use these old flannel tablecloths and stuff. Just stick up there on it. Oh yeah. The other morning I was on here and Rowena showed a bag and she got all these orders, so she had to get busy and sew them up. Had to go back to town for more canvas to make the bags. Let's see. Magic spray, no water. All right, Randy, I hate to leave you, but I am.
All right.
You
If it's daylight when I leave out of here, I'll go live going back into daylight.
okay? I'll
So
try.
I got a 6 o'clock appointment, so I should be out there by 7. So I'll try to set up one after that. So if anybody
Yeah.
wants to see what we missed this morning in the dark.
You need to take you a little nap too. So
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
bye, everybody. Been fun this morning.